Welcome, I'm Sustainable Weight Loss Coach Stavros, and today I will be answering the question, which is the best workout for weight loss? For those of you who don't know me, I'm a 27-year veteran of the weight loss field and the creator of the Simple Way to Vibrant Health system. So, which is the best workout for weight loss? By the end of this short video, you have the answer to that question and much, much more. These days, you have tons of different types of workouts on the market and all claiming that they can get you in top shape in no time. You have the Peloton, the Orange Theory, the P90X, the Insanity workout, the CrossFit, and so on. Then you also have the workouts using only body weight, workouts that use only free weights, and of course you have the machines. So, which is the best workout for weight loss? Well, the answer is very simple. The best workout for weight loss is the one you will do and do consistently. The biggest mistake that I see people make all the time when picking a workout is that they pick the workout that will get them the fastest results. That is a huge mistake, which unfortunately many fitness professionals also make when designing workouts for their clients. They try to come up with a workout that will help their clients get the fastest results. What they don't realize is that the best workout is useless if you can't stick with it. The best results in the world will not keep most people motivated if those results were achieved through a method that is overwhelming. This is why it is essential to pick a workout that you can easily do without much effort. If you ask me to choose between two workouts, the first one being twice as effective as the second one, but twice as hard, I would pick the second workout because I know that is the one that I am more likely to stay consistent with, and consistency is the key to sustainable results. Remember, it's not what you do great once in a while that gets you results. It's what you do consistently that gets you results. Obviously, as you gain better shape, you could start intensifying your workouts. Here's my question for those of you who would pick the more effective workout so you can get fast results. What is the point of getting fast results if those results don't last? My advice to you is that when you first start an exercise program, your first goal should be to develop the exercise habit. How do you build a new habit? Simple, through repetition. So you want to pick a workout that is very easy to do so you could stick with it long enough to make it habitual. Now, a good workout needs to do three things. It needs to challenge all your major muscles, it needs to challenge your cardiovascular system, and it needs to stretch most of your muscles. Keep in mind, when it comes to strength training, there is no difference between doing one set and 3 sets per exercise. The only time I would advise people to do more than one set is if you're into sport-specific training or you're trying to bulk up. But if you're just looking to get stronger and toner, one set, that's a job. So here's a simple routine that I would recommend any beginner to start with. Push-ups probably one of the best exercises that you can do for a full body workout. Now there's all different ways you can do push-ups depending on the shape you're in. Obviously the traditional push-ups are like this, and if you're strong enough, these are the best ones that you can do. All the way up, all the way down, right before you touch the ground. Now, that's the hardest level of doing push-ups. The next one you could do is do them on your knees. So you bend your knees. These are much easier. So if you can't do the regular push-ups, you can do them like this. Now we'll demonstrate how to do a squat, okay? First thing you want to make sure you have correctly is the position of your feet. You want to have them shoulder width apart and the toes slightly pointing out just a little bit. Now some people might not need to use any weight. You can just use your body weight, might be enough. Other people might need to use weight. If you need to use weight, I would just grab a dumbbell if you have one, or 2 dumbbells if you want on each side, or you can grab a can of food or a gallon of water or milk, anything to add weight. Now, once you get to the correct position on your feet, you look straight, hold the weight in the front, and as you're squatting, you want to make sure, if you look at the side view, your knees do not go over your toes too much. In other words, don't do this. Okay, that puts more extra pressure on your knees. Stick the hips back. And notice as I'm sticking my hips back, the weight moves forward to counterbalance my hips. Also notice how my spine stay straight. In other words, you can lean forward, but in other words, don't do this. Okay, so we want to make sure spine stays straight. You can lean forward, all the way up. Also, if you find going too far down bothers your knees or your back, do a quarter of a squat, like this. And as you get stronger, you can start going deeper and deeper. And now I'm going to demonstrate how to do a plank. Okay. Now, the most important thing in the plank is the starting position. Okay, because if you have the wrong starting position, you're going to end up with the wrong form. Now, a lot of people, when they get into the plank, they'll do it like this. Okay. The problem with this is I have my hips way too far up. You want to start your plank like this. You're on the floor. When you're ready, I usually keep my stopwatch in front of me so I can see how long I'm going for. And when you're ready, raise your hips straight. You don't raise your hips up. Your body should be straight. Keep the hips tight. And then if you find that you start sagging, then just stop. Okay? You don't need to increase the plank time every single workout. Usually what I suggest is try, let's say you did it 10 seconds or 15 seconds the first time. Do that for a week or two. Do you feel comfortable? Then maybe push it up to 5 extra seconds or 10 extra seconds. Again, the key is consistency. Don't push yourself too hard, because if you start dreading doing them, you're going to stop. I would also suggest that you do this short stretching routine as soon as you wake up in the morning. Obviously, you can do it throughout the day, but I would suggest to do it first thing in the morning. Think about it. Your dogs and your cats, what do they do as soon as they wake up? They stretch. So here's a simple stretching routine. You want to start with your neck. Okay, up on. And then you want to do side to side again. Each time you try to rotate a little bit more if you can. Again, the idea is to try to take your neck to the full range of motion. Okay, nice and slow. And then I would do the side. As you're pulling your neck this way, you want to drop your shoulder the other direction. You want to again hold it 10-15 seconds on each side, and then switch. Same thing again, drop your shoulder, pull your neck. Again, do it gently. I don't want you pulling any neck muscles. Okay, then I would do my shoulder circles. Those of you that come to me, I'm sure you know these stretches because it's part of our starting routine. Take circles. Notice that I'm not wearing any special clothes to do my routine, because the fact is the clothes do not make the difference. Okay, the workout makes the difference. And then I would do my hips. Again, I would start one direction, and then I would rotate the opposite direction. Okay, again, 10-15 circles are enough. Obviously you can do more if you're feeling more stiff. You can obviously extend every stretch longer. The other one I would do for your hamstrings is really simple. Just rotate, toes coming up, you're on your heel, and you lean into the leg. You should feel the stretch on your hamstrings like this. Okay? And then rotate and do the other one. I would do this a couple of times. Okay? And again, the further down you go, the more you're gonna feel the stretch on your hamstrings. Like that. Okay? And rotate the other way. And the last stretch I would strongly recommend is my favorite stretch. I call it the ballerina stretch. You want to find a pole, hold on to it, take the outside foot, bring it in, and lean over. As you're leaning over, you want to use this hand to push away and the top hand to pull. And this is going to stretch all the side. You can rotate the hips forward a little bit if you want to feel the stretch a little more to the back. And you want to hold it 10-15 seconds. Okay? And then when you're done, you want to turn around. Same thing, take the outside foot in, bring it in, reach over. And this hand you're pushing away, the top you're pulling. And again, you should be feeling the stretch on the side of the body. Stick with this simple routine until it becomes completely habitual. Then consider increasing the intensity, but I will not change the routine until you're completely comfortable with it. As far as aerobics go, walking does the trick. Just try to walk at least 5 days per week, ideally for 20 minutes or longer, but 5 minutes of walking is better than no walking at all. Now, there is a thing as too much exercising. Are you familiar with the show The Biggest Loser? These people lost tons of weight in a very short period. They did that through strict diet and lots of exercising. There was a very interesting article in the New York Times about The Biggest Loser and how 100% of them regained most, if not all, of the weight back. When they checked the resting metabolic rate, they found out that their resting metabolic rate has slowed down significantly. The hypothesis was that their body was fighting to regain the weight back. This is based on the set point theory. In other words, your body got used to a certain weight. When you go below that weight, your body will fight you to regain the weight back. I personally disagree with that theory. There is another explanation that I think explains things much better. But first, here's the question. What is wrong with the slower metabolic rate health-wise? Actually, nothing. It's actually a good thing. The only bad thing is that you can't use as much food for entertainment. But if you really think about it, a slow metabolic rate, all it is a more efficient metabolic rate. In other words, it does not require as much fuel to function. Last time I checked, that was considered a good thing. Did you know a slow metabolic rate is associated with longevity? So, let me explain what happens to those participants from The Biggest Loser show. Because they exercise so much in such a high intensity, the body response was to become more efficient at burning calories. In other words, the resting metabolic rate slowed down. Wait a minute, I thought that exercising increases metabolic rate, does not decrease it. Although exercise increases the overall calories that you burn per day, it actually could decrease the resting metabolic rate. Let me tell you about a very interesting study that I read a few years back that perfectly explains what happens to the body when you become very active. The study was funded by the National Science Foundation, the Washington University, and the University of Arizona, and it looked at the Hadza, one of the last true hunter-gatherer tribes left on Earth. By the way, they live in northern Tanzania. Obviously, these people are a lot more active than people living in the modern world. According to their activity level, they should be burning close to double the amount of calories per day than the average person living in the West. Now, when they went and actually measured how many calories they burned per 24-hour period, come to find out they burn around the same number of calories than the average person living in the West. How can that be? They are clearly a lot more active than we are. The answer is very simple. There are three main ways your body burns calories. You have your resting metabolic rate, which is the energy your body burns just to keep you alive, and accounts between 60 to 70% of all the calories that you burn per day. Then you have the thermic effect of food, which is basically the calories your body burns digesting and processing food, and accounts around 10% of all the calories that you burn per day. And the last thing you have is the activity level, which is the calories your body burns doing different activities, and that accounts for approximately 20 to 30% of all the calories that you burn per day. Now, keep in mind, the body can only produce so much energy. If you just do a little more activity, your body can produce a little more energy to compensate for the extra energy needs. But if you do so much more activity that your body can't produce all that extra energy, it does something really smart. It makes all the other functions of the body, like your resting metabolic rate, more efficient so it can spare some more energy to put towards activity. It makes perfect sense. When you look at the Hadzas, because they are so active, the body has adapted by slowing down the resting metabolic rate and put more energy towards a very active lifestyle. When you look at The Biggest Loser and the amount of activity that they endured during the show, I can see how their body adapted the same way as the Hadzas. Their resting metabolic rate slows down, which is a good thing, so their body has more energy to put towards their activities. The mistake that they make is that they never learned how to eat out of true hunger, which unfortunately very few nutritionists and diets teach people how to do. But that is another whole conversation for another video. But the bottom line is that too much exercising will slow down your metabolic rate, and if you can't keep up with that much exercising, you should not have done it in the first place. This is why I don't believe in too much exercising, because most people can't keep up with it. Now, you could lose weight with high intensity workouts, But you have to make sure you learn how to eat out of true hunger. And if you do that, you'll be fine, because as soon as you stop exercising as much, your hunger will go down and you will automatically eat less food to match the more efficient metabolic rate. I guess the doctors that were looking at the Biggest Losers and how the metabolic rate slowed down, they were not aware of the Tanzania study. The bottom line is this: whatever exercise program you do to help you lose weight, you need to make sure you can live with that workout if you want sustainable results. If you can't live with it, expect to regain the weight back. Also, keep in mind, too much exercising is as bad as not enough. And I'm not saying that because it will slow down your metabolic rate. I consider a slow metabolic rate a good thing. The reason I say that is because too much exercising puts too much wear and tear on your body. If you look at healthy regions around the world, people living there are active, but they're not killing themselves working out like many fitness fanatics do. So in review, best workout is the one that you can do and do consistently. Although working out is very important for overall health, your diet will make the biggest difference on weight loss. A good exercise program should do three things: challenge all your major muscles, challenge your cardiovascular system, and stretch you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, hit the like button to let me know that you enjoyed it. Comment below if you want me to cover something specific. And don't forget to subscribe on our channel by clicking the subscribe button below so you never miss a video. I would also greatly appreciate it if you would share this video with your family and friends to help me spread the truth on weight loss and health. Thank you.